Some people seek within themselves. You know, some people look outside of themselves, and some people look within themselves. That's what I believe. You know, that's what I believe. And you know, the Indians, John. You know, they been here, and they was here before anybody came here, and they stayed outside. You know, they stayed with the bears and the wolves and stuff. And I'm wondering how in the world did they accomplish that? You know, to be living outside with bears, you know, a bear might come up inside of their little camp. I doubt it though. They would have killed that bear. But I'm just saying, they lived up in the mountains and stuff, man. Look, Indians lived right here. Back 500 years ago. 5 or 6, yeah, they were right here by the river. You know, Hernando de Soto come through here. You know, they say he came around here somewhere. You know, Hernando de Soto. You know, they built the park after him. Named the park after him. So the Hernando park up there. But them folks, you know, they lived amongst the animals. They didn't fear the animals, but they respected bears and wolves and stuff. They called themselves the brothers of the bear. You know, they named themselves after the bear. They said little bear, little fox, you know. That's amazing though. I think about that. I don't know why it just, you know, it just dwells with me. Yeah. It really does. But I'm just a, you know, man, I'm just a common everyday man. I ain't special. You know, I figure like everybody just like I am, you know. You know, whatever gift I got, I know we all got the same gift. Life is good, man. Life is good. When God made this world, what did he say? It is good. It's good. You know, it's good for you to be standing here trying to, you know, even if you don't get it done, to be trying to focus on doing something with your life. That's good. Ain't it, man? Your children, you know, seeing your children grow up and stuff, that's good. Getting you a wife, that's good. You know, functioning in life, that's good, ain't it, man? You don't see nobody walk, oh man, I'm so mad, man, because I'm doing good. You don't see nobody being mad because they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because life is good. Normally, life is good, but you can get caught up in something. You know, look at all the wars that have been fought. And we still fighting the same wars. Because, let me see, Alexander. Did you read a little bit about him? You know, Alexander came from Greece. I think he was a man from Greece or somewhere around that way. But don't you know, they say he conquered all the way back to the Middle East. You know, all that was the land that he had conquered. And he came through Afghanistan. And they still fighting over there. They still fight. And ever since this country been here, it's been a war. The revolution. You know, they were fighting before the revolution. They were fighting the Indians and the French. You know, I think the French was on the, the French was on the American side. And the Indians were fighting with Great Britain. Yeah, I think that's how it was. But, you know, they've been fighting ever since it's been a country. They've been fighting, and they still fight. But Jesus said, like, you know, one day, you know, it's going to be just peace. You know, he said that the little baby going to sit down with the horse and the snake and the lamb, and everybody just going to be in peace. I want to see that. I want to see that day. You know, not that I'm going to be around to see it, but I sure would like to see a day when it's going to be just peace like that. Come on.
Hey, Ernestine.
Okay.
I'll just listen to some stories.
That would be amazing. You know, just to see everybody at peace.
Time has changed, even if nobody sees that. Young folks act like they're the only ones that got the world on their shoulders. Act like life is fixed. Well, I know that first you have to recognize a miracle. Miracles come in the most unlikely places. like the little town we lived in when I was a child. I was 25 years old when my life was changed forever. It was during that time when you had to be careful every moment. I had gone as far as a black woman could go in that time. Come to think of it, it was as far as most white folks could go. Education was scarce. And if it had not been for my father lending me to the Dr. Schmidt to help pay for my little brother being born, I don't know where I would be. I wouldn't have met him. My angel in wolf's clothing. I can remember the day he came into my life like it was just this morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I am looking for a guide, one that can take me to the battlefields of Nathan Bedford Forrest.
French?
German. I am looking for a room as well for a few days. Is there such a place in this town?
Well, there's a good hotel in town, but Mrs. Wilson serves good meals and there's a room included. It's a little high for most folks around here.
That would be perfect.
Willie, will you run down to Mrs. Wilson's and tell her she has a guest up here?
Yes, sir. I will. Right away, sir.
She'll be expecting you.
Thank you. You are most kind.
Thank you. Now, when you get down there, tell Mrs. Wilson that you'll be needing a guide. She serves several young single men in town meals, and any one of them would be happy to show you around the battlefield. They have lots of grandparents that have been involved with the war one way or another.
That would be perfect.
This is made in Canada. This place is going international.
Imagine that. Who's that? I don't know. I saw him come in. He was dressed all fancy. Who do you think he was?
This is a beautiful garden. It reminds me of my homeland.
Must be a beautiful place, too.
Yes, in the spring there are so many aromas.
Most people don't take time to smell the flowers. They just settle for the colors. That's all they need to know.
Now that's the sad truth, is it not?
Yeah. You there?
Are you Mrs. Wilson?
No, sir. I'm Ernestine. I tend to this garden.
Ah, I am Erwin Rommel. I am looking for Mrs. Wilson's home.
Oh, it's up that way. I'll show you.
Thank you. She has a nice home.
Not far from here.
Willie, when you get back to the store, you tell Mr. McGregor I'm gonna need more eggs.
I will. Right away, sir.
Ernestine, it's a man a breather. I'm sure he's traveled a long way.
I think I ran into somebody you're expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Erwin Rommel with the German delegation,
Oh.
historian.
I'll finish everything in the morning. Gotta get home for dinner. Mama worries when I'm late, you know.
I don't know what this old place would look like if you weren't here, Ernestine. You bring life to it.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Ernestine.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Rommel. I hope you have a pleasant stay.
Call me Erwin, please.
Erwin?
She has a glow about her, doesn't she?
Yes, a glow. Does she work for you?
Work for me? Oh, no. She tends the flowers and the garden. She works for Doc Schmidt. He trained her up to help him in his practice.
Oh, that's very interesting. Is she a nurse?
Oh, well, you could say that. Well, she'd be a doctor in another place or time. Yeah, she went to work with Doc Schmidt when she was 12 to help pay off her daddy's bills. Yeah, Doc said she was so willing to work, he kept her on. Gave her books to read at night. She was like a sponge.
That is very interesting.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, she read through all those books. Yep, and went to the library. Yeah, they wouldn't let her in. So I checked them out for her. Yeah, she went through that little place, no time at all.
And why would the library not let her study there?
Oh, same reason the college wouldn't let her attend classes, 'cause she's colored.
This is still happening in America.
Some things never change.
In my country there is hate too. Religion, philosophy. It seems the powerful use it to remain strong.
It is such a pity, really. I mean, if you open your eyes, you see we're all pretty much the same. Oh, you must be frazzled after that long journey. You care for a mint julep?
Could you show me to my room? I have to meet a man for dinner.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Mr. Rommel, what was I thinking? I'm sorry. Let me show you to your room. I've given you some place where you got some privacy and a nice view of the gardens.
That would be nice. Thank you so much.
Here you go. I hope you find it comfortable. At least it's cleaner than the hotel.
You're most kind.
Would you like your breakfast on the porch?
That would be a splendid way to start the day.
All right.
The library, is it open this evening?
It is. Until 9. But don't you bother yourself. Now you just write a list down of what you want, and I'll call up Doc Schmidt and she'll swing by and pick them up. It's not a problem. And Ernestine can bring them by later.
I'm sure they have things to do. I can find it myself.
Of course you can. You can find your way around this little town. Now how you found this spot on the map is what I'm trying to figure out.
Research, actually. I'm a historian.
Oh,
Seems this place has been quietly creating history for a long time, out of the sight of the scholars.
Well, we are off the beaten path. I'm surprised you found this little place.
I'm a good map reader. Perhaps you could find, the clerk told me that you may know a guide for Bryce's Crossroads, the Civil War battles that have happened in this area.
Well, yes and no. Yes, I know several who know the places and dates, if that's what you mean. But no, if you mean someone who knows the whys and the what-fors. Now, the most read on that subject would be the lady you met in the garden. But that would be dangerous, given the circumstances. You being a foreigner and she being colored. This is not the cosmopolitan city you're used to being in. It's quite a mess, really.
Her being colored and me a foreigner? I can hardly see that as dangerous.
Be that as it may, I would take care. She's a part of my life I'm wanting to remember as the nice part.
My solemn word that no harm will come to her. Eric, I believe it is important that we speak English while we are here. I understand that we are scaring the local people. We are conspicuous enough.
Yes, sir. We just arrived recently and I've scouted out the area. It's a very primitive little town with minimal security.
My friend, always on the job. I like that about you.
Thank you. I'm just doing my job. Have you secured for us a guide?
I believe that I have. Although I must warn you, she is not what you are expecting.
Oh?
She is to be treated with the utmost indignity, and as though she were your friend.
I do not understand your meaning, but I will obey your wishes.
Morning. Oh, don't stand up. I put some books in your room that I think you might need, but let me tell you, some of them are based on the writer's need to redirect history.
And you would have more information about this topic?
I believe I have access to information that others may not.
This is your guide? But she is a servant.
Eric. She is to be treated as a friend. She is my friend, and I have it on good authority. Mrs. Wilson tells me that you are the best person for this, that you know the most about these things.
Very well. Fräulein, you are our guide, and I am your servant.
I haven't said whether I will or not.
I know your time is valuable. Perhaps we could pay you 100 of your American dollars each day?
Huh? When do we start?
I have some things I have to get together. Could I meet you at about noon?
Uh-huh. I'll be at the doc's office. I'll just tell her I'll be busy a day or so.
Very good.
Okay. See ya.
Eric, you must try the preserves here.
Huh?
Ah, they are the nectar of the gods.
I shall.
Ah, so you are the tourist I hear so much about. I'm Dr. Schmidt.
Dr. Schmidt, I'm here to pick up my guide.
It's so nice to hear a voice from the homeland.
How long have you been here?
Oh, I moved here 15 years ago. I so miss the sounds and the smell. Has it changed much?
You would not recognize it. It is a modern marvel today. But the politics, they are a mess.
I'm afraid I've been isolated here. We are at the end of the earth.
Hey, Doc. I'll be back to close up, so just mark off the patients when you see them.
Sure.
I'm ready.
It's all in the bag, or the jackpot rag. Fortune will be yours and you'll be fine. Just throw it on the line, or the jackpot rag. Sound of falling money drives you wild. Won't be reconciled, losing what you had. Lady Luck was supposed to be your friend. Now she's done you in. As you drop that final quarter, watch the shoulders sag. See now, what a drag. The jackpot rag.
Now the Union camped there, and the Confederates over there. Now the Confederates were all but whipped, and they put Forrest in charge of the rear guard.
So they lost the Battle of Shiloh, but yet they continued to fight.
Only to slow the Union forces down to help the other rebels get away.
Eric, could you make me some maps of this area? Please include the rivers as well as the wooded areas.
Yeah, I will start with the west side of the battlefield.
Tell me, Rommel, how could two armies from the same school be so different? The Confederacies, they were outnumbered, they were outmanned, but yet they showed the same valor on the field.
You would think that someone that is fighting for their homeland would fight longer and harder to retain their place on the field. And they also the Southerners seem to know the lay of the land much better and were able to parlay that.
Yeah, there's still that kind of camaraderie today. But I think it's a bit out of place, because the one thing that makes them strong is the one thing that I think makes them dangerous.
What do you mean?
Well, the way they hate us, black people. I mean, it didn't happen, or it didn't start until after the war. We were not educated, we didn't know how to govern, but yet the northern states used us to punish the southern man, so they dumped out all that hate on us.
So you were put in this position by circumstance, not by design?
Yeah, but I think we would have fared much better if Lincoln weren't killed and the white folks weren't stripped of their chance to govern. I mean, we could still work for them, but not be abused.
So you would have gone back to work for them?
Yeah, I think it would have been completely different if the North had just let the South mend itself and oversaw the changes.
That would have been a grand experiment. The captives, former servants working for their captors. We have such problems in Europe.
But you would not feel the least bit resentful?
Nah, Mama always said, don't waste your time crying over spilt milk. Nobody in this town, black or white, has any reason to not trust. It's just the fear of the unknown that scares us.
Elman, I think we have hired a philosopher.
Yeah, I believe we have. And I am very happy to say so.
So, let us go down and see where these you call rebels?
Rebels get away. Forrest was shot somewhere, I think in there. But then he managed to kill a Union soldier and use him as a shield to escape. He was back fighting in Murfreesboro in 2 months.
The book said that Bragg was in charge of this raid on Murfreesboro.
Yeah, but they weren't the same kind of leader. Forrest couldn't put his men in danger just to see what would happen, so, you know. You'll find out that it was the biggest funeral in Memphis history. I mean, everybody was there. His teamsters, his old soldiers, his freed slaves. They stayed with him until the end.
You should be so lucky you haven't.
Yeah, that would be a historical moment. I'd fear that my teamsters won't be able to attend my funeral.
So do you need anything besides the cigarettes?
No, just cigarettes.
So were you able to find all the sites you were looking for?
Ah, yes, we saw the Vicksburg and your Shiloh.
So, you were driving around with a Negro woman. How much information can you get from her? You need a couple of white boys to show you how things are done around here.
And who would that be?
My name's Billy, and I've been hunting around these parts forever. My great-grandpa fought at Shiloh.
So tell me, what are your thoughts on the slave trade that Forrest was involved in?
Well, I'll tell you, I think it was a big damn mistake doing away with that. I mean, they ain't even human. They're like farm animals.
Does everyone feel that way?
Well, pretty much anybody's anybody. And besides, we ain't used to foreigners coming in and paying niggers to do white men's work.
Thank you for your information. And thank you for the cigarettes. I think we have worn out our welcome here. Perhaps you should have Helmut watch Ernestine's house?
Yes, sir. And I will personally watch your room.
I'll be fine. Perhaps you should take care of the doctor.
I will see to it personally.
Good.
Sure is a nice day today, don't you think, Mr. McGregor?
I reckon it is.
Oh, Yolanda, it's a beautiful day.
Sister, don't you
How's your family?
Oh, they're just
Brother,
fine.
don't
And your
moan.
sister? Is she was
Got
still
to
with
go
Dr.
by
Smith?
myself.
Yes, ma'am.
But just
You know,
go
I
home.
thought the other day that I saw her out with some strange-looking men. Wonder who that was.
I'm not sure. I'll have to ask her when I see her.
You do that.
You tell your grandpa I got his favorite chaw next time he's in the town.
Hey, Yolanda, your sister's been riding around with them foreigners. What do you say Saturday night you two come on down to the fishing hole with us and have us a little party?
Billy, I don't...
Billy, why don't you take your friends and go somewhere else? You know I don't want you bothering folks in my store.
I was just having a little fun.
Have it somewhere else. Don't forget to tell your grandpa.
I won't.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Brother, don't you moan. Got to go by myself. I'm just going home. Going home.
Hey, Billy.
Hey there, Roy.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Roy.
Who'll stand by your side? The world takes a fool. Takes him for a ride. Takes him for a ride. Takes him for a ride.
Watch your step there, boy.
I'm sorry. You got to be more careful.
You gotta watch that sidewalk.
I hear you met some of the locals last night. They can be a bit of a nuisance sometimes. You better let me get anything you need from now on.
I hear your concerns, Mrs. Wilson, but we have met this type of people before. It seems they need the darkness of night in order to be brave.
It's not you I'm worried about. Ernestine is my best friend. She's family.
I have given you my word that she will be safe, and my word is my bond.
There are some folks in this town who have no morals. They cling to the past. They fear any change that could affect them. They feed poison to their children and pass it on like it's a diamond ring. And they're ignorant and dangerous.
I can feel your concern. We will be here for 2 more days, and then we will be gone.
Yeah, you will be gone, but we'll be here.
Good morning, Frau Wilson.
Oh, good morning.
I must tell you, your preserves were wonderful.
Oh, thank you, Eric. I'm going to be making y'all's lunches soon. Where is it today?
We are off to Fort Pillow.
Oh, that is quite a ways. I'll pack some more preserves for you, Eric, and some sandwiches for your friends.
The wolves were restless. They drove by Ernestine's, but they didn't stop.
Very good. So, Eric, how do you feel about our guide?
Well, as you know, at first I was opposed to her, but I must admit, she has a great knowledge of history. She has been much different than what I had expected.
So you have changed your opinion then?
Yes. Yes, during the last week since we have been touring the battles, I have received insight from her that I don't think I could have gotten from any other guide.
That is very good. We will be changing our plans. We will spend our day with Ernestine's family.
Shall I get Helmut?
Oh no, he has been there all night.
Then I will get the food.
Got to go by myself.
Hey, you're early. I'll be a few more minutes.
Yes, I was thinking we would do something completely different today. We've been walking around in the fields for a week and not had the opportunity to meet your family.
That's a switch.
Yes, Eric and Elmet are eager to meet your grandfather and perhaps talk with him about the war.
You know, that would make his week.
And we have taken the liberty of bringing the food with us. Miss Wilson has made us BLT. I do not know what a BLT is.
It means you'll be experiencing real America today. Now, the neighbors are fixing some whole hogs, so dinner's on us.
Oh, that would be wonderful. And perhaps you would be so kind as to show me around.
Well, it would be my honor, Mr. Rommel. What would you like to see?
I would like to see the fishing hole.
You want to see a fishing hole?
I have been reading your Mark Twain, and I understand that the fishing hole is the center of all childhood memories.
Okay. We'll find a fishing hole. Give me a second.
See you in a moment.
Before it burns you up.
Huh? Look, I'm just doing my job. Ain't no different than working for the doctor.
I can see that. Everybody can see that. You know they will leave and you will still be here. How do you think this town is going to act?
Well, I don't know about all that, but it would be nice if you introduced me to at least one of them.
Look, girl, don't start with me. I'm trying to make us some money so we can get some stuff done around here.
How do you think this town is going to act?
I don't care. I'm not going to hide like some scared rabbit, and they can act any way they want to act.
No, you ain't. You're going to stand in the headlights like some blind deer. You better wake up or you're going to get run down.
Please, give me some credit, okay? These are good folk.
You got good credit with me, honey. I'm impressed. It's been 2 years since any new men been in this town, and you managed to snag them up in less than a day. I just want to be introduced to one of them.
April, please, we are trying to make sense of this situation without you trying to get with a man.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, you hadn't acted like this since you was a little baby, since your little piggy wiggy disappeared. Look, I know they're good people. But it's more to it than that. Today I was at the store and they was talking about you. You. I understand. I just don't want to find you hung on some tree, naked and dead.
And I don't plan on it. But I'd rather die than live in fear. No matter where we go or what we do, we always living in fear, right, Yolanda? And I'm tired of it.
I understand. Do what you gotta do. But don't say I didn't warn you. I hope it's worth it. Because ever since them folks got here, them white boys were running around here peeing on trees ever since.
Please, Yolanda, it's hard enough for me to talk to them with a straight face without thinking about that. Plus, Rommel's different. He acts different. He's so well traveled.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. They all like the same to me.
The crops went to hell. Susanna was carried away. Water drowned me. You can still hear her cry at midnight in Mississippi. What a sad lullaby.
When I was a child, there was a lake. We would spend countless hours there doing nothing.
Oh, really?
It seemed as though the world would last forever. Childhood would never pass, but as childhoods do, it's gone away now.
Yeah, this is still a special place for me, too. I still spend time here reading and watching everything.
Does it bother you that people treat you as second class?
Bother me? Yeah, it bothers me to think that people judge me because of my color, not my mind. But I made peace with it a long time ago. It's only the people who need me to be inferior make me feel that way. But there are people who really know who I am.
Zaya's a lucky one. At home, there are people who are persecuted for things as simple as their religion. I do not understand to treat someone that way. A person should be judged by their words, their actions, and their honor.
Why, Erwin? That's a good approach to take.
That is the first time you have called me by my first name?
I guess it seemed appropriate.
It seems important when you say it, as though it means something.
It does. Now, you know you are no ordinary man. I see the way all the others fall all over themselves around you. They really love you.
We are close, but not the way... But men are close in a different way than men and women.
You think we're close?
Perhaps. You're not like any woman I know. The women I know are...
Rich? Educated?
Stuffy was, I think, the word. They are predetermined to be normal.
So I'm not normal?
You're the most normal person I know. In another place, another time, perhaps?
Don't go there. I don't want to talk about things that can't happen.
No, I am married. I have a child.
Yeah. You know, I had hoped that my white knight would come and save me from the dragon. But then I found out the dragon was life, and you know how life is. It never changes. What time is it?
It's late.
Oh my God. I think we missed lunch. Come on.
Perhaps we should go.
Yes, we're gonna miss dinner, and trust me, we don't want to miss dinner.
Thinking I will never know what this BLT is.
I was wondering if you got lost.
It seems we have lost track of the time.
Seems to be the way around here.
Still, it is a wonderful day. You know, I have developed an entirely different attitude toward this man Forrest. Did you know that when he died, he left his lands to his teamsters and to his wounded soldiers?
I wonder if we would do the same thing if we had to go into battle.
But we will not lose.
I do not think that any soldier goes into a battle thinking he would lose.
But you must taste the swine they have cooked here. It is excellent. It reminds you of the small place down at Wiesbaden. And the elect score? This made the trip all worthwhile. It is called moonshine, and it makes everything shine.
Ernestine, I think you have made some very good friends here.
Yep, there sure seems to be a common bond.
Shall we?
They in the kitchen. That's what Willie. Willie love them yams.
I know I gotta have the yams.
Goodbye, and have a good trip. Dankeschön. Very good, very good.
Good for you. Grandfather, thank you so much for your hospitality.
Thank you, and you have a good trip.
Thank you, we will.
Great.
Oh,
This
for me?
is for you, yes.
Thank you.
It's good for you.
I am sorry, I'm not used to this. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Goodbye, sir.
Thank you, and this is for you for taking care of my baby.
Dankeschön. Auf Wiedersehen.
Goodbye.
Good morning, gentlemen. How was your sleep?
Oh, I've rested last night with a feeling I have never felt before.
Perhaps you had the blues.
I do not think so. But you know, after yesterday, it has given me a whole new spirit. I'm looking forward to visiting this Bryce Crossroads.
Yes, that will be our last stop. Shall I fetch our guide?
If she is not here in a moment, we'll pick her up at the doctor's.
See the pistol? She was telling me that General Forrest gave her grandfather this pistol before he died. He wanted to give him the sword, but the state needed it for some kind of project. It is a very fine pistol. No, I think I would see Mrs. Wilson about some jam for the journey today. After last night, playing chess with the doctor all night long, I could use some jam for this morning. She is quite the chess player.
She is an amazing woman.
Yes. Shall we go?
See the value of attacking from many different directions at once.
Yes, I understand, but for such tactics to work, you must be outnumbered and you must have some mobility. It is like a shark attack.
I just hope it's not a tactic that I will ever have to use.
Perhaps you will never have to use it.
Oh.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Just fine.
Good morning. It is our last day on the tour. I will miss the pace at which you live your life here. It is so slow and peaceful.
It is intoxicating. I could no longer live any other way.
If it were not for my honor, I would join you here in a few years for some time at your fishing hole in the good book.
You would enjoy all the seasons here. I'm afraid you've only seen the dark side. But spring's just around the corner.
Perhaps someday we will take you up on that.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Are we ready for our last journey?
Yeah.
I believe we are.
We shall go then.
I will see you tonight then, and perhaps we could have a few drinks before your trip back.
Yes.
Bye.
Yeah, these transmission bands and these old cars are always going out.
Yep.
Now, Billy, now get it done right, because you don't want Daddy coming down here.
Don't give me no hassles. Everything will be all fine.
Okay.
Hey Bob, you almost through sweeping up there?
Yep.
I'm almost through under this here buggy. I gotta finish greasing her up and checking the transmission bands, make sure everything's tight. I don't want this thing running off the road.
Yeah. That's about, these cars, these old cars right here, that's about what goes wrong. Those transmission bands, they all go wrong in these things.
So what y'all gonna do tonight?
We'll probably get together with some of the fellas, go down the fishing hole, have a couple Coca-Colas, maybe do a little fishing.
No, y'all don't need to go down there around that fishing hole. I know what y'all gonna do down there. You gonna mess with that girl, and y'all gonna find yourself in some trouble.
Oh, we're not gonna get in no trouble. We're not gonna mess with no girl. We're gonna be doing some fishing. That's what I said.
You know who I'm talking about. You're talking about Ernestine.
We ain't gonna mess with no Ernestine.
Look, y'all
We're
just
gonna go do some fishing. And then get off, man. Let me finish your car.
Man, I don't even want to hear it, because y'all gonna go down there and get some trouble. I know you are, so I don't want to hear nothing about it. I don't want nothing.
Get in trouble. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. I don't want to hear nothing about it. I'm out of here. You're gonna get in trouble.
Hey, Billy, look at those boys. We'll get with the boys later when we're meeting with Bryce.
We'll show her.
That's right, we will.
We'll teach her a lesson or two.
We're gonna have us some fun in this.
Yes, sirree. Yep. Because that little girl, she just don't know her place. Like I said, man, we'll straighten her out. Just get the boys together, and we'll head on out that way.
We'll get that shine. We'll have us some fun there, and then we'll
girl. And you know, there's a rider on your soul. Fortunes are made and lost every day. Only guarantee is a dark and silent grave, a dark and silent grave. Cause you know there's a rider on your soul. Yeah. Find me just one man in this world who can turn his back on the smallest corner of gold. Smallest corner of gold. Oh, yeah.
Troy, we have come to our last day.
Yep, this is the spot where it all changed.
I can feel the energy here.
And you know, Forrest men flanked the Union men right over there. They hit them hard, and then they fell back. And then they hit them hard again.
The Union men were unable to account and regroup. They were into the bottleneck and choke.
Yeah, eventually they were doomed. I mean, they had the spirit, they had the resolve, but they didn't have the means to keep fighting.
Eric, Elmet, check over on the Union lines to see if you can find some artifacts. Perhaps that will help us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'd love to find an arrowhead.
That should tell us something.
I'll check over here.
Mark this spot. To the car. Find them, but do not move in.
uppity nigger! What were you thinking riding around with those foreigners? I don't think we can let this go on in my town.
It's not just your town, it's everybody's town.
No, nigga. That ain't true. It's our town. We decide who does and who don't in it.
Might be you should let her go.
Billy, they got firepower.
I can see that, Bob. Ah! Fucker! Ah! Darn son of a bitch!
Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Yeah!
You once called this beautiful young lady an animal. But it is you and people like you that are the animals, and you will die like an animal.
If you want, we can just forget this whole thing. Bob and I...
Silence! The problem is you have harmed a friend of mine. We must send a message to your friends. Something they will understand. It's not something I like to do. You see, you have caused this mess you are in. I am simply reacting to the fact that you have harmed my friend.
In a couple of days, you boys will be a memory. And we'll still run this town. We are the Klan.
The Klan? You're a fool. General Forrest was your Klan. An honorable man, a soldier. You are a blight on your land, spreading hate and fear. I do not like it here. I do not like it in my country. It is not the German way. Make them disappear. Ernestine, she has been in some trouble.
What happened?
Do not worry, they will not bother her again.
Who did this?
They are no one.
Who was it?
It was no one.
Did you... Thank you for...
Do not thank me. We are a part of the problem. If we had not been here...
Yeah, it would have happened anyway. They've been trying to scare us for a long time. Keep us in our place.
Come inside, dear. Let me give you something to sip on, and then I'll take a look at you.
We will be leaving in the morning. I must say my goodbye. The two of you have changed the way I will see forever. I will see with my new eyes until my heart no longer beats.
He faded out of the light into the night. I remember reading about some of his battles. And he got to fight him some Yankees too, just like Mr. Forrest.
Of course, we really don't want to get off on the same one. Let's get off on this one.
And like Mr. Forrest, he lost everything because of that pride. Of course, it was that pride that made them both bigger than life. I did get a letter from him. It was a sad letter. It was all about how he had lost sight of his homeland. how he felt betrayed. He died shortly after.
Well, what is the price? Dignity, they say. Some call it comfort. Well, I call them slaves, and it presses upon you like a razor-sharp knife. Very next move may well cost you your life. You climb aboard on aboard this drunken ship. Captain's a fool. He losing his grip on that ferry wheel that you cling to so tight. Fare thee well to you, gentlemen, you ladies. Good night. With the tide rushing out now, we must set sail. Say goodbye to your loved ones, bid them farewell. As the ocean it tosses your stomach, it turns. This is the price of a lesson yet learned. Climb aboard, all aboard this drunken ship. The captain's a whore. He losing his grip on that ferry wheel that you cling to so tight. Fare thee well to you, gentlemen, you ladies. Good night. Sleep tight. Like a bullet that flies from a drunken man's gun. Destination uncertain, but I'm certain it would find the mark on the back of a decent man's coat. Destiny is struck with a blind ugly stroke. So the canvas now covered in the blood of this bird. Then some hallowed halls hangs the fruits of his work. And the critics all crave a little more to rave about. That genius, sincerity of a master, no doubt. I'm aboard, all aboard this drunken ship. The captain's a whore. He losing his grip on that ferry wheel that you cling to so tight. Fare thee well to you, gentlemen, you ladies. Good night. All aboard! Captain throws out a lifeline, there's another one in. Greets him with a pistol, a handshake, and a bottle of gin. But what is the price of the lesson you learned? Just another night in hell where your soul's gonna burn. Gonna burn, gonna burn, gonna burn. So climb aboard, all aboard this drunken ship. The captain's a whore. He's losing his grip grip on that very wheel that you cling to so tight. Fare thee well to you, gentlemen, you ladies. Good night. Climb aboard, all aboard this drunken ship. Captain's a fool, he's losing his grip on that very wheel that you cling to so tight. Fare thee well to you, gentlemen, you ladies. Good night. Fare thee well to you, gentlemen, you ladies. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good